Okay, okay, dear students, we will continue with subject verb agreement that we started yesterday. So, yeah, students are still joining. Why so late? I'm waiting for all of you, dear students. Yes, Shubham, Hirak, Anunay, why so late? I'm waiting for you. Okay, so today we are going to continue our topic on subject verb agreement. So let's get started. Here you see till rule 5 we explained. Now rule 6 you see. Uh, what is rule 6? Words like either, neither, each, everyone, many must be followed by a singular verb. Okay, like for example you see either of the two books. Either of the two books reveals the data or reveals the idea, you can say. So here you can see even though a plural subject is there in close proximity to the verb, that is very close to the verb. So first of all you tell me in this sentence which is the verb. Either of the two books reveals the data or idea. So please tell me which one is the verb in this sentence. Tell me which one is the verb. Let me see who can text me quickly. Who is the which is the verb in this sentence? Either of the two books reveals the idea. So which one do you think is the verb? Please text me quickly so that I go ahead with my explanation afterwards. Yes, Saudi Sandhya reveals. Very good, very good. Okay. So, um, reveals is the verb here. See, what is the tendency of most of the people? They will see the subject which is closer to the verb. So, which is the subject which is closer to the verb? It's books, right? Books. So, books is plural. So, the people will think the verb will also be plural, like either of the two books reveal that idea. But this is not correct. Always remember that whenever there are some you can say adverbs like either, neither, each, everyone, many, the verb is likely to take a singular form, right? Therefore, even though a plural subject is in close proximity to the verb reveals, in spite of that, the verb takes the singular form because the verb here agrees with the subject. Not which subject? Either. Okay, now here the verb agrees with either and not with the subject books, right? So please do remember that. Next, neither of the two girls has passed the exam. So here also in this sentence, it's has, that is singular, in spite of the plural subject being so close to the verb has taken the singular form. Why? Because according to the rule, whenever we have adverbs like either, neither, each, everyone, many, with which the sentence begins, the verb will agree with all of them, not with the plural subject that is close to them, right? So please do remember, therefore it should be has. Many people get confused. They write neither of the two girls have passed the exam. No, it should be has passed. Why? Because I'm talking about I'm not talking about both the girls. I'm talking about neither of the two girls. Means neither itself is a or neither itself is a singular form actually, right? And the verb will agree with neither, either, not with boys, books, girls, etc. Understood? And if you split it, if you etymologically, or you can say if you scan the meaning of the verb also, if you scan the meaning of the sentence also, you'll see that when I say neither of the two girls, it means neither this nor that. I'm not talking about both the girls together, I'm talking about none of them. So none, neither is always singular, that is why it is singular verb. Next you see each of the boys is intelligent. So here the proximal to the verb is boys, which is plural. Many people have the tendency to write plural verb because boys is close to the verb and boys is plural. So people will write each of the boys are intelligent, but in reality it's wrong. The verb will agree the verb is will agree with each, not with boys. Okay, so please do remember this particular rule. This is a very important rule, and it often comes in your Olympiad exams also, in comparative exams as well. Okay, such errors are often asked in the question. So each of the boys is intelligent. It's not each of the boys are intelligent, right? Next, every one of the boys is studious. Okay, same formula. Everyone, the verb will agree with. Many a girl has attended the party. Many a girl means many girls. The meaning is the same, but they're structurally different. Many a girl refers to many girls. There is nothing wrong if you write many girls also, but when you write many girls, the verb will be plural. Whereas whenever you write many a, the verb will be singular. Many a is a singular word. Always remember, many a is a singular word. Therefore, if you use many a, it should be followed by a singular verb. But if you use many girls, in that case, it should be a plural verb, right? Because many girls refer to plural here, no? So that is why the verb will be have attended. But whenever you use for the same sense many a, in that case the verb will be singular, that is many a. Understood? Now see rule number 7. What is rule number 7? So before we proceed to the next rule, I would like to ask you if you have any doubt from what I have just taught you. Rule number 6, do you have any doubt? If you have any doubt from rule number 6, you can ask me. Otherwise, I'll proceed on to rule number 7. So always remember that whenever a subject is connected, or you can say whenever a sentence begins with either, neither, anyone, many, okay, the verb is always singular. So remember, just remember these rules. You can learn by heart also. Like if you always remember, if a sentence begins with either, neither, many, everyone, then the verb is always followed by a singular verb. So please do remember this rule. Now let's move on to rule number 7. What is rule number 7? You see, two nouns. Let me zoom it a little bit for you. Okay. So as you can see here, I have zoomed it for you. Now you can see it better. Yes. Now you can see better, I suppose. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So rule number 7, you see, two nouns qualified by each and every, though connected by and, requires a singular verb. So what does this rule say? Two nouns. Which are the two nouns? Say in the second sentence, which are the two nouns? Tell me. Every boy and every girl is given chances. Why not are given chances? Because here boy and girl are two different subjects. They are plural. So the verb should have been are given chances, right? In spite of the sentence having two different subjects, why do you think the verb is singular? First of all, you tell me, Which are the two subjects that are spoken about in sentence 2? Can you tell me? Can you text me the two nouns that are spoken about in the second sentence? Okay. So here you see boy and girl. There are two nouns here. Always remember that a subject can be either a noun or a pronoun. A subject can never be anything else except a noun or a pronoun. Okay, I told you the other day also, right? So it means that a noun is also a noun can also be a subject. A pronoun can also be a subject, right? At the same time, a noun or a pronoun can also be an object. So whenever a noun or a pronoun is used as an object, it is usually used, not usually, it is always used after the verb. But whenever a noun or a pronoun is used as a subject, it is always used before the verb. So that is the rule actually. Understood? Whenever a noun is used as an object, it is used always after the verb. Whenever a noun or a pronoun is used as a subject in a sentence, it is always used before the verb. Right? So remember that. So here, two nouns qualified by each and every. It means that if each of the nouns is preceded by every, preceded by का मतलब क्या होता है? देखो, preceded by means going before, followed by means going after, preceded by means going before. So when each and every is preceded by a noun, the verb will agree with each and every and not with the noun. Always remember, noun or otherwise subject. Okay, the verb will never agree with the noun or the subject, but will agree with each and every. Always remember, if I say boys and girls are given chances, it is correct because boys and girls are not preceded by every or each. But in this sentence, boy and girl are being preceded by every, right? That therefore the verb will agree with every, not with the noun or the subject. Understood? That is why every boy and every girl is given chances. Even though and is given, even the boy and girl are different, they are two different nouns, two different subjects. In spite of them, the verb is. Why? Because boy and girl is preceded by every. So please do remember, whenever two nouns are qualified by, or in easy language, when two nouns are preceded by each and every, okay, even though connected by and, they take a singular verb. Okay, so have you understood this? Tell me. Or you need further explanation of this particular point? Do you understand this? Rule number 7. Rule number 7. Did you understand? You tell me quickly. Okay. Dhanasri, Shruti, Srushti. Okay. Okay. So if you have any doubt, please let me know. Hirak. Yes. Okay. Ashavari, Sakshi. Okay. So always remember, dear students. Okay. Whenever a subject is preceded by each and every, then the verb will agree with each and every, not with the subject. Even if the subject is plural, the verb will be singular because the verb is agreeing with each and every. Yes, remember that. We will keep revising, of course. This topic in grammar is very important, dear students. Even in later course of your life, when you write for competitive exams, for different jobs, these sort of questions are often asked. They will always be there. So once you learn in the school properly, there won't be any issue. Otherwise, students do perform very poorly in grammar in the competitive exam section, okay, in the exams. Okay, so let's move on to the next rule, that is rule number 8. So what is the rule number 8? A collective noun takes a singular verb if it is regarded as a whole. But the question is, first tell me what is a collective. Can you give me an example of a collective noun, dear students? Don't look at the presentation and don't give example from the presentation. You give example from your mind. What have you understood by the term collective noun? You must have studied in class 6th and 7th and 8th. Okay, tell me what is the example. Just give me an example of a collective noun. Each of the student can give one example. Don't repeat the example given by others. Let me test your concept. What do you understand by collective noun? Dhanasri, this is not collective noun. This is not. Yes, Sauri is correct. When Sauri says crowd of people, crowd is a collective noun. Very good, nice. Like when you say, is there any other example? Like Saudi said, crowd. So likewise, is there anyone who has a different example? Very good, bunch of flowers. Bunch is a collective noun. Sandhya, very good. Okay. Colony of ants. Anunay, very good. Colony is also collective noun. Very good. So some of you have the concept of collective nouns. Very good. So school of fish. Wow, nice. Jitan, very good. It means you have learned the list of collective nouns. Fleet of ships. Very good. Shubham Ali. Nice. So very good. You please keep revising these list of the collective nouns. They are often required in our everyday communication, in writing, in speaking. These are required actually, and more importantly, in competitive exams, they definitely come. Okay. Flight of birds, not fox. Sandhya is flight of birds. Okay. Squad of boys. It was good. Okay, very good. So you have the concept of collective nouns. Very good. Okay. So a collective noun takes a singular verb if it is regarded as a whole. Right. A collective noun takes a singular verb if it is regarded as a whole, but it takes plural verb if it is regarded as a number of individuals. So try to understand, this is something very important and interesting also. See, dear student, when a collective noun is regarded as a whole, it takes a singular verb. For example, the assembly has issued a circular, or for example, the committee has issued a circular. The committee. So committee consists of many people, dear students. A committee consists of many people. So whenever the decision of the many people has been expressed in the form of a circular, the committee is represented as a whole, as a single unit, as a single body. In that case, the committee will take a plural verb, singular verb. Like assembly has taken. Assembly has issued a circular. Assembly means here all the members of the assembly, they are taken as a whole. That is why it has taken a singular verb. But whenever each and every member of the assembly has been taken separately or individually, right, the assembly will take a plural verb. Understood? So the assembly have issued a circular. When members are taken individually, then whenever it is taken collectively, it is used as a singular. It will take singular verb. Whenever each and every member of the assembly is taken into consideration, then it has become plural. Okay, because there are many members of assembly. The assembly can have 2 members, 3 members, 4 members. 2 member, 4 member is plural. Right, that is why assembly, whenever they are taken whenever they are taken individually, they are followed by a plural verb. Whenever they are taken as a whole, they are they are considered as a singular verb. Okay, very good. Next, rule number 9, you see, when a plural noun names a quantity or an amount as a whole, its verb is in singular. Okay, plural noun means 20,000 rupees, 100,000 rupees. These are plural noun. The 1,000 rupees, these are plural noun. So, dear students, whenever plural nouns are considered as a whole, like when I say 20,000 rupees is a large sum, means 20,000 rupees is taken as a whole. That is why it has taken a singular verb. As a whole, 100,000 rupees is a lakh. Okay, or 100,000 rupees comprises of a lakh. Okay, so 100,000 rupees is considered as a whole here. The 1,000 rupees you gave me yesterday is pickpocketed. 1,000 rupees that you gave me, the 1,000 rupees are taken as a whole. So whenever, even when nouns are plural but they are taken as a whole, they comprises of one single idea or one single unit, then they take plural or they are taken, they are followed by a singular verb, right? Whenever a plural noun is, or whenever a plural noun is taken as a whole, is always followed by a singular verb. Like 1,000 rupees is taken as a singular unit. That is why it is followed by is. 100,000 rupees taken as a singular unit. Okay, as a whole. That is why singular verb. 20,000 rupees taken as a unit. Therefore, singular verb. Even though they are plural, but the verb they are taken is singular because they are taken as an amount or as a quantity. Okay, as a whole. 1,000 rupees एक साथ हम सोच रहे हैं ना, 1,000 rupees. Okay, they are not separate, अलग अलग नहीं है, separate नहीं है, एक साथ है, together 1,000 rupees. So taken as a whole amount, right? 20,000 rupees is the last time. 20,000 rupees together will consist of comprise of a whole, that is therefore verb is singular. Now let's move on to rule number 10. What is rule number 10? You see, when a singular noun or a pronoun is joined to another noun or pronoun by with, besides, and, not, together, with, no less than, etc., the verb is singular. So dear students, you have to learn these words. Like for example, singular noun or pronoun is joined to another. Say for example, shop is joined with goods here, sheep is joined with crew here, he is joined with you here, no one is joined with Sohan here, teacher is joined with students here. So this is what is said. When a singular noun or a pronoun is joined to another noun or pronoun, it is all, the first noun is all singular, you see. Second noun can be plural. So that is why when a singular noun or a pronoun is joined with or joined to another noun or pronoun by with, ये आपको याद रखना है. देखो with, either it should be with, नहीं तो besides, नहीं तो and, not, together with, no less than, then your verb is always singular. Always remember, then your verb is always singular. Like for example, the shop with its goods. So the verb is not agreeing with goods, but the verb is agreeing with the shop. Right? The shop was gutted in fire. With its goods is there, but goods is not considered here. It is shop. The verb the verb will agree with shop, the shop, which is singular. The ship, here the verb will agree with the ship. Here you will agree with he, not with you. Here knows will agree with no one, not with Sohan. Then here in this sentence, has, watched will agree with that teacher and not with students. Even the students are close to the verb, but the verb will agree with the teacher. What is the rule? The rule is whenever one singular noun or a pronoun is joined with another noun or a pronoun along with के साथ रहना चाहिए. नहीं तो ये देखो with के साथ है, नहीं तो no less than के साथ है, नहीं तो besides के साथ है. Okay, whenever the two nouns will be having connector, like these are for connectors, right? So whenever two nouns will be having connectors like with, you see here, with, or no less than, or besides, or together with, then the verb will always be singular. Okay, you remember. So you have to learn this by heart. Like you have to learn these connectors with, besides, and not, together with, no less than. So you have to remember these connectors, and when there are these connectors in a sentence, then the verb will always be singular. You remember this. Okay, dear students, now let's move on to rule number 11. In modern day usage, none is followed by plural verb. Always remember that, like none of his answers are correct, none of these facts are correct. Are there any boys in the hostel? There are none. Okay, so always remember that none in modern day English usage, none is always followed by are. None is always followed by are in modern day English usage, right? And then rule number 12, you see, verbs take singular or plural in the following cases depending on whether the profiles denote the same person or up to one person. Okay, for example, देखो बेटे ये भी important है. देखो जैसे आप देखो, the secretary and chairman was present in the meeting. अगर एक ही person secretary भी है और chairman भी है, then singular verb is used. But whenever the profiles represents different persons, like the secretary is one person, chairman is another person. So whenever two profiles represent two different persons, then the verbs are always plural. Always remember the verbs are always plural. Whereas whenever the two profiles represent a single person, then always remember that the verb will be singular. So the secretary and chairman was, because the secretary and chairman represent the same person, whereas the second sentence, the secretary and chairman are different persons. That is why it is where here. So please do remember, whenever two profiles, like they are called profile, post matlab profile. So secretary is a profile, chairman is another profile. So whenever two profiles represent the same person, then the verb will be singular. Whenever two profiles represent different persons, okay, then the verb will be plural. Okay, so that's where we stop here, dear students. We have completed the most important subject-verb agreement rules. Okay, so let's conclude our lessons today here, and we shall do something else on subject-verb agreement tomorrow. Okay, something else, some kind of an activity we'll do with subject-verb agreement in our next class tomorrow. So till that time, dear students, let's wind up our lessons. But before you leave, please do text me with PPP. Okay, so that, or thank you sir, whatever you write P, so that I can take your attendance afterwards. Okay, for today's class, right? So thank you dear, thank you Ananaya, thank you Siddhika, Shubham, Bhumika, Chandana, Nitish, Hirak, Ashabari, Dhanasri, Purvesh, Jitan, Dhanasri. Thank you so much for being with me till the end. Till we meet tomorrow at the same time. Bye bye, take care, and have a great day.